Hi everybody. I am going to show you guys our new lesson today, which is division patterns. We talked a little bit about how we were going to start doing division with two-digit numbers. And so I think the best way to introduce that is doing division patterns using basic division facts that we already know. So on your worksheet today, you're going to see problems that look like this, okay? They're going to be like in sets of 4. And they're in sets of 4 because these 4 facts are all kind of in the same family, so to speak. So we're going to start with our first problem, which is 8 divided by 1. A problem that we all know because we know any number divided by itself, divided by 1 is itself, which is 8. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 80 divided by 10. So I notice that there's a 10 here, okay, and there's a 10 and 80. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cross out this 0. I'm going to cross out this 0. You can cancel out zeros if they're available. So in here we have a 0 and a 0 at the end of the number, okay? So that leaves me with 8 divided by 1, which is 8. And if you think about it, 10 times 8 equals 80. 80 divided by 10 equals 8. Now I'm going to do the same thing with 800 divided by 10. I am going to look at the 10. I have a 0 to cross out here. 800, I have a 0 to cross out here. So now that gives me 80 divided by 1. What I want you guys to focus on first is the 8 and the 1, okay? So what is 8 divided by 1? That's 8, okay? And then I notice I have 1 0 left. That 1 0 is going to be added on to the end of my answer, which gives me 80. All right, I'm going to do the same thing here. Once again, looking at that 10, I see 1 0. I'm going to cross it out. 8,000, I see 1 0. I'm going to cross it out. I'm going to do 8 divided by 1, which is 8. And then I see I have 2 zeros at the end. So I'm going to add those, which gives me 800. And if you do 10 times 800, you're going to get 8,000. So 8,000 divided by 10 equals 800. Okay? I'm going to do a different one using other numbers, using another 10 other than the actual number 10. So I am going to do 9 divided by 3. Once again, a fact that we already know equals 3. Now I'm going to do 90 divided by 30. I have a 10 here. I have a 10 here. So I'm going to cross out these zeros, cancel them out. And now I'm just going to do 9 divided by 3, which is 3. If I do 30 times 3, that's going to get me to 90. 90 divided by 30 equals 3. Now I'm going to do 900 divided by 30. So once again, I have that 0. This number also ends in a 0. So I can cancel these out. I'm going to do 9 divided by 3, which is 3. And I have 1 0 left over. I'm going to add that to the end of my answer. 900 divided by 30 equals 30, okay? And if you do 30 times 30 to check your answer, you're gonna get 900. Lastly, I'm doing 9,000 divided by 30. So, once again, canceling out zeros. I notice that both these numbers end in 0, which means they're in the tens. So I'm gonna cross out this 0. I'm gonna cross out this 0. Okay, so I'm going to look at my numbers that aren't zeros. So in this case, it's 9 and 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. And then I have 2 zeros, and then I have 2 zeros left over. These 2 zeros are going to go to the end of my answer, which gives me 300. Okay, so 9,000 divided by 30 equals 300. And to check your answer, if you do 300 times 30, you're going to get 9,000, okay? I'm going to do one more example, There will be some other problems on your worksheet today that aren't going to be set up in families like this one is. Okay? Give me 1 second to set that up. Okay. And we are going to do one more problem that might look a little different than the fact families. So I'm going to do 420 divided by 60. Okay? So right away, I noticed that these both end in zeros. So I'm going to cancel these zeros out from each other. So now I'm left with numbers that aren't zeros, which is 42 divided by 6, a basic fact that we know, which is 7. There are no other zeros left over, so the answer is just 7. So 420 divided by 60 equals 7. To check that, you can do 60 times 7, and you'll see it gets to 420. Okay? If you guys have any other questions, I'll be on Zoom later today. And feel free to rewind this video to rewatch problems or to do the problems with me before you start your worksheet. All right? And I'll see you guys and talk to you guys soon. Bye.